In this video, I'll cover what shadow defense is, the importance of it, and how to effectively practice and employ it into your matches to help you rank up. This skill is essential for all playlists, and improving it will assist you all the way to the top level of competition. Shadowing an opponent involves trying to copy or mirror their movements while closing the distance between the two of you in order to challenge or make a save at an appropriate time. In doubles, you will often be put in the situation where an opponent has control of the ball while your teammate is still up the field, leaving you with two options: either challenging the ball right away or trying to delay time to let your teammate rotate back. In 1v1, you may not have enough boost to challenge early. You could go straight for a big pad and give your opponent a lot of space, which will be easily punished at the higher ranks, or you can try and stay close to the ball and pick up small pads while closing the distance to challenge the instant your opponent makes a mistake. Simply put, the whole idea is to gradually reduce the distance between you and them, delaying time and allowing you to collect boost concurrently. You will need to position yourself on the same side of the field as they are and drive gradually towards your near post. Hence, in order to shadow effectively, you will need to be able to control your car and be able to aerial facing towards your net. For those of you currently in bronze to perhaps gold or platinum, you may not have spent much time practicing this, as most of the situations you get put into are with your car facing forwards. Don't stress though, I'll share some great ways to improve this in just a moment. So, when you're in a match and get put into a position where shadowing can be an option, consider the following. Can I beat the opponent cleanly to the ball? If so, it's usually a better choice to be aggressive than to back off, in which case no shadowing is required. However, if they're closer or already have possession, then you will transition into shadowing. Where are my teammates? There's a few possibilities here. If someone is already behind you and you're rotating back, it's probably best to simply let your teammate go for the next touch while you get boost and turn around. Alternatively, in some cases, you may be really close to the play and be able to get a strong 50-50 right away, in which case you'll go for the ball even if it's unlikely to be a clean beat. Just be careful with this though, as breaking rotations or turning quickly for a challenge can result in double or triple commits if your teammates don't expect it. Make sure to use camera swivel or reverse camera whenever possible to predict their next move before making this kind of decision. Finally, if you're the last man back, then you'll want to keep track of your teammates' locations as they're rotating so that once they're behind you and are able to defend your net, you'll know when to challenge the ball. Or they may decide to help you out a different way by challenging the opponent themselves on their way back. Can I close the distance right away? You may not be in the best spot to commit to a 50-50, but since the whole idea of shadowing is to gradually decrease the space between you and the opponent, help yourself out by initially driving towards them. Then, when you're at a distance close enough to apply pressure, but far enough away to have time to react if they choose to flick or shoot the ball, turn to face your net and begin shadowing. This maneuver can act like a fake challenge as well, and sometimes even pressure your opponent into making a move straight away, forcing them to give up possession, which is even better for you. In choosing an appropriate distance to shadow from, be sure to consider their speed, how close they are to your net, and what offensive options they have at the time. Look at how the ball is positioned relative to them. Where are they most likely to flick? Are they going to start an air dribble or smash the ball towards the backboard right away? Am I picking up boost? Make sure you drive along the boost routes instead of going into the corner for a large pad, as that will relieve all pressure and give the opponent the space they want. Do I have enough speed? As you're shadowing, make sure you maintain enough speed that you'll be able to make a save if they decide to take a shot. Close the distance by driving in a small circular pattern or slightly away from your net temporarily to maintain the speed. Don't simply boost in a straight line back to your net. In saying that though, you do want to try and aim towards your near post in general, and don't drive too far towards the center of the field. This will ensure that you can keep your momentum up if the opponent launches the ball towards your near post. If you're too central, it will be much harder to get the power required for a strong clear. When you find the right time to challenge, you usually want to send the ball across to the other side of the field or into the corners to follow up yourself or pass to a teammate. Although this video isn't going in depth on the challenges themselves, the general approach would be to dodge into the ball using air roll to increase accuracy and send the ball into a spot your team can get the next touch. In order to practice the mechanics needed to shadow effectively, I've put together a training pack. Remember that you want to clear the ball into your corners or across the field and not allow your opponents an easy follow-up. The code is on the screen now. In addition to that, playing as much 1v1 as possible will give you the most opportunities to practice. If you don't like ranked ones, just play casual with the pure intention of improving your shadow defense. Forget about kickoffs and who wins the game, but make the most of every opportunity provided to you to work on your shadowing. A common mistake that players make when shadowing is to hit the ball with too much power into the wall that it rebounds and provides the perfect central pass for the opponent's teammate. Try and pay attention to where you're sending the ball, and especially on the follow through. Most of the time, it's better for the ball to roll up the wall than to bounce strongly off it, as at most ranks, players will struggle to put a powerful shot on net from the wall. Don't forget that you can always throw in an extra fake challenge or two every now and then in order to catch your opponent off guard. Or, if you're playing 1v1 and have been passive in your defense for most of the game, go all out on a challenge early to surprise them. Just be careful with doing this too often, as it can be relatively easy for a skilled player to counter if you're predictable. Mix it up and see what works for you. If you want to continue improving your Rocket League mechanics, be sure to check out my playlist full of quick guides on other important skills. Or check out this video that YouTube thinks you'll love.